What's going on? Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a mid-high skin fade. This is going to be a good one because it is very common for someone to get a mid-high skin fade with short on top and texturized. If you guys are new to this channel, my name's Andy and I've been a barber for a decade now. Quite a long time. So I'm going to teach you everything I know so it can cut your time in half, because we don't want you to spend a decade to get to where I am. We want you to get you there a lot faster, maybe in 3 years. Or if you watch these videos, it could be 2 years. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit the like button if you guys think this video is useful. All right, let's begin the video.
All right, guys, the first thing I would do when I'm cutting a hair like this, which is a medium high fade, skin fade, is using a T-liner to set my guideline first. And I always start from the side, because if you start from the back, it gets pretty confusing to know how high you're gonna go or anything in the back. So I always start from the side first, make my line, and I clean up as I go. And by that, I mean like all this bottom hair right here, behind the ear. I just clean that all up as I'm cutting. And then for the back, I always do a slight drop, because that part's super important. You wanna do a slight drop because the cowlick area does need a little bit of hair combing down so it doesn't stick up. If you take it super high, you do get rid of the cowlick, which eventually will like make it not stick up, but it doesn't look as nice or as natural. So I always do a slight drop. Right about here. You notice how this goes down slightly and then goes back up. Make sure you guys check the front to make sure both sides are the same. This side's a little bit lower than the right side, so I'm gonna raise that up a little bit. Now that's perfect right there. And now you can continue. And right here, you should be able to meet with the back guideline. And that would be done with your guideline right there. The next step you would do is shaving off all the hair to make it a skin fade. I'm going to use this shaver right here. This is the Babyliss shaver. I'm going to shave everything below it and leave a little bit of room so I don't create dark lines by shaving downward. Okay. Even when I'm holding my shaver, I'm holding it like with the double head right there and shaving it, because it just makes it a lot faster. And then I detail by flipping it around and only using the top part. And then I go downward, just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to do that around the whole head. And then we'll move on to the next step. What really helps me is cleaning up the hair with a brush, just making sure everything is brushed out so you can kind of see what you have shaved. Also having your finger and running it up like that, then you can start feeling, okay, that area right there still has some stubble, so I want to go back and clean that part up. Just kind of just run it behind the head and kind of seeing where you can still feel the stubble. The next step is going to be my zero guard clipper right here. This is what I use for my zero fading. Okay, I like it just because it has a stronger motor on it, so when I'm doing skin or when I'm doing zero fade, it's better. I always have a brush in the other hand as well. It really helps you fade because you brush out the hair that you've already cut. Start with the lever open and create your next guideline. Sorry, this clipper is a little bit loud, you guys. If anything, I'll speed it up to show you guys the rest of the guideline. But pretty much I do this around the entire head. And it's super important to check the front again to make sure both lines are the same. Perfect. Okay, so the next step is either having the lever midway or closing it all the way. Now, for now, I'm gonna close it all the way and clean up this bottom line right there. After you're cleaning up the bottom line, and then you'll see another line being created, open your lever midway, and then get rid of your second line. Okay, it's gonna bring it up a little bit more. Again, I want you to open it a little bit more and then take out the final line. Make sure you're flicking out as you're doing this. The higher you go up to this original line right here, that top line, the more open your lever should be. If you have it closed around this area right here, you're gonna create a really harsh line that's gonna be really hard to take out. So remember, if you're going to be closing your lever, make sure you go down to the initial line, which is down here, okay? Now, if you see a slight line down here, it is probably from your trimmer or skin fade, which is your shaver. So bring back that clipper and then just slightly tap out that line. Okay, don't go up too high or else you're gonna make a new line and then you have to repeat the step that we just did. Now check it one more time and yeah, that looks good. Okay, the back is more dense, okay? So you're gonna see a line more harshly when you try to fade it out. So if you do, just spread out the line a little bit more and you'll see that it comes out a lot better. I'm using the same step. I'm closing it all the way and then as I'm going higher, I'm opening it a little bit more. So here, I clean up the bottom line already. I'm gonna open it a little bit more. I'm gonna clean up the next line. Okay, then I'm gonna open it a little bit more. And then I am gonna go higher than that. Again, you guys, I apologize if this clipper is too loud. What I'm doing now is like I see a tiny line, like it's just a very slight line below my close all the way. So again, I'm bringing back my previous step, which is the T-liner, and then I'm removing that line. But even after the T-liner, I still see a slight line. I'm bringing back my shaver. And I'm not going up at it, I'm just gonna tap where I see a line. I'm gonna go down, very slightly down. Okay, and that should soften up the fade right there. Perfect. We're moving on to our next step, which is the one guard. And for the one guard, this is my clipper of choice. This is the Babyliss clipper. I popped on the one guard. I like it because it clicks and it doesn't look like it's gonna fall off. Great clipper. It also has a removable battery, but I did a review on that, so you guys should check that one out. So open it all the way and make a guideline. Okay, just like that, and go all the way around. So I'm gonna pop on my half guard, and then I am going to do halfway, and then I'm gonna get rid of the bottom line. If whatever's left on the fade, the guideline, if it's low, I'm gonna close it all the way. If it's higher, I'm gonna open it, okay? So first I'm gonna start with half just to see what I can blend out. Sometimes it works out and I just blend everything out, and then I don't need to go anywhere. Like that halfway is just perfect. In this case, it looks like I will have to close it a little bit in certain areas, like here. Okay, and then close it here. Just little corner works there and around here. Okay, and then I'm gonna open it all the way and I'm gonna clean up here. Right there. And close it again to clean up the bottom. Okay, so my mind right there is always seeing, okay, where should I go? Higher, lower, stuff like that. So I'm doing it at a faster pace, but if you guys are new at this, take your time. I've been doing this for a long time, so I see where I need to switch the lever really, really fast. You guys will get there, just take your time, work at it slowly, and once your fade gets better, then you can start moving around the lever just as fast. Again, I see a line down here that I can't get rid of with the half guard, so I'm gonna go back one step, open it all the way, and then clean up that line. Yeah, there you go. It is a little dark on this area. You guys can probably see that. See how it's getting lighter right there? Now we're gonna go on to the back. Same thing, you guys, use your halfway and go ahead and clean out that bottom line real quick. See how that looks like. Close it all the way to clean out the bottom of that, or open it all the way to go a little bit higher than your line. Again, you guys see this dark area right there. We are going back one step. Okay, you see how the line's gone? That's what we want. The next step is clipper over comb. Since I'm back here already, I'll just show you guys the back. Clip over comb for the back, you have to angle the comb a little bit outward instead of straight up, okay? So tiny bit outward, just like that. You see the hair sticking out? That's what I'm blending out. Close it all the way. Cut that. Cut that. Okay, so clip over comb is basically shaping the head. Okay, I don't have a tutorial on clip over comb, but if you guys want to see a tutorial on it, I can do a whole video on it because it's such a detail and it's gonna be a long video to make. Okay, so I do a whole video if you guys want, so leave it in the comment below if you guys want me to do a video on clipper over comb. Okay, so this is shaping the hair. See how I leave a little bit of hair here to comb down instead of taking it all the way up? Then it makes his head look really long. But with this, it's more balanced, more natural. Okay, so here we want to go straight up on it. So I'm going to put the comb in, scoop it hair out, and make sure that's straight up. After you clip over comb, I'm just doing detail work. So I'm popping on the half guard, the one guard, anything I see that isn't to my liking, I basically try to clean it up as best as possible. Because once I finish clip over combing this side, I'm gonna move on to the other side and I'm trying not to come back to this side if I don't have to. Take a look, it's a little bit darker in here, just a tiny bit right there. Up here, we can clean it up slightly. We're gonna work on this side, and again, I'm gonna clip over comb this side straight up just to keep the shape of his head the same. And then after I'm done with clip over comb, I pop back on my one guard because the line's kind of dark right there. Open it all the way, do a little bit of a cut and see if it actually is gonna take anything off. If not, close it slightly and then repeat. Just like that. That's how it should look like. I am going to be cutting the top now. So, of course, wet the hair. Don't soak the hair. And water's dripping all over the place, but make sure it's wet so you can grab the hair nicely. One of the things that I always advise you do when you're cutting the top is take your time. Don't rush this part just because you want to get back to the fade or you think the fade's looking really good and you don't have to think about the top. The top is super important, so make sure you guys take your time cutting the top. Without the top, the whole haircut just doesn't look as nice. From front to back, I always advise to cut at least 8 times from front to back, and then side to side would be 5 times. Using the middle part that I just cut as a guideline, and I'm going back again. 8 times. Be careful not to cut the back too short or even leave the back too long because you're afraid of the cowlick might sticking up, okay? There's ways to deal with the cowlick. I do have a video on that as well, but just a quick tip, follow the cowlick the way it spins and it should lay down very nicely. So here we're going on this side. Okay, again 8 times. This is my 3rd time doing this. And then on this side, we're gonna blend it into the side by like having your fingers, kind of like horizontal. And then looking at the guideline from the fade and then blending it into the top. Okay, I go all the way around, make sure everything lays nicely. And then the last time I come from the front and I pull back, just like this. And then the last thing you should do is check from the side. Stand on any side, that side, this side, doesn't matter. And pull the hair up, and then it should be pretty even. And then just check whatever is that's like not even, sticking up a little bit, and that's what you want to cut. But if it's pretty much even, then you're done. This is cross-checking right here. It's super important to do. If you do it less than 8 times, let's say you do it 3 times or 4 times, front to back, you're gonna start seeing it having a wave like that. And that's not what you want, that's uneven, you know, so you don't wanna leave your client with an uneven haircut on top. That's like leaving lines on your fade, and you don't wanna do something like that.
Thanks for watching. If you do have any questions, leave it in the comment below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Later.